Hi, this is Alex from phpacademy.org with a video tutorial for the new Boston. In the last video we looked at removing classes and we used the toggle event handler to actually add and then remove a class simultaneously. However, we actually have an attribute called toggleClass which will remove this functionality altogether. I used this example previously because I know it's something that is popularly used to toggle elements. So when you click, for example, an image, you might want to highlight that image, or you might want to add a border around it, for example. Our current page looks like this. We have some text. When we click on it, we add the highlight and bold attributes that are found in our style.css file, which we've obviously included in our page, as well as our class.js. However, we can remove the need for this toggle event handler altogether. So let's go ahead and get rid of this altogether. We can then just reference the some text span. So let's say #some text, and we can actually then bind the toggle class attribute onto this. And again, with toggle class you can apply an unlimited amount of classes. So at the moment we have highlight and bold. So let's go ahead and in here write highlight and bold, and now when we return to our page you can see that we have oh, it's not working. Okay, so we need to add an event handler for this. Sorry, that's me thinking this was way too simple. Let's go ahead and add an event handler for when we click on some text. So some text.click, we need to add a function as we've seen before, and then this can just be in here. So when we click on the text on the span, we will toggle the highlight and bold classes that are found in our style.css file. So now when we click on it we get exactly the same effect without actually having to use the toggle event handler. So with the toggle class attribute, we're now going to go ahead and look at a slightly more interesting example, and we're actually going to create an input field on our main page. So this is going to be type of text, and let's go ahead and, well, we don't really need to supply anything else, but we do need to supply an ID for this. So I'm just going to call this input. Okay, so now that we have this input field, let's go and refresh our browser. You can see that we've just got an input field. Now what I want to happen is when I click on this, I want the background color to change inside of this field, and we're going to use the toggle class functionality to do this, the attribute in jQuery. So inside class.js we need to reference first of all the focus in and out of this input field. So let's go ahead and say referencing this field which I've called input. We're going to say input.focus, so we're going to use the focus event handler. Inside of here we can go ahead then and add in our toggle. So I'm going to say #input dot toggle class, and then we want to choose a class. So we'll choose the well, we'll say background color yellow, like that, because that's going to work for our text field. So we've got background color yellow, and then that's highlight, so toggle class highlight. And let's go back to our browser. When we click inside of here you can see that it highlights. When we move away, however, it doesn't. You can notice that it's just every time we click inside of it. So we could then expand on this code, so when we blur away from it, then we actually toggle the class again. However, this is a quick demonstration of toggle class and how you can combine the add class and remove class based on a single action just by using the toggle class attribute.